Hi, and welcome to Grateful Rescue TV. I'm Pamela Terhune, and I'm here with Reese and...
I'm Patty Spitler, and this is Reese, and she is becoming your mascot now.
She is. She's become such a strong voice for Grateful Rescue, and she loves attending things, and she's a happy girl.
And also she's a good representative of her breed, because she is a pit bull, and she is so sweet.
Yep. They're not big, mean, ugly monsters like some people make them out to be.
No.
Because little pocket-sized pitty.
Yeah. But if they are mean, it's because somebody's done something bad to them. So she's just so sweet, so sweet, so sweet. Okay. We did something very exciting this weekend, didn't we?
We had a pretty exciting... I got to tag along to see the one and only Kevin Costner.
He's coming out with a new movie called Horizon, and the studio asked me, would you like to come out and interview him? And I thought, okay, I guess I'll have to do that. And I asked Pamela.
She needed an assistant.
I needed an assistant. We went to Chicago. Yep.
And I got to talk to him about Grateful Rescue.
And he took a pamphlet that you gave him, and he was very interested.
He's very interested. And he has 6 dogs, is that right?
Yeah. Several. I don't know at this point how many. He has dogs and horses, and he loves animals. So he was very excited. Also, I gave him my book that has a lot to do with animals too. And he told his assistant,
"Put it in my bag."
Put it in my.
And didn't you have a page earmarked for that had his picture on it?
we go. I've interviewed Kevin many times. We go back to about 1988, and I had a picture when I went to see Dances with Wolves, and we had a party afterwards, and someone took a picture of me with Kevin. So that's in my book, and we'll show you that as well. Okay?
Very exciting, yes. Thanks for taking me along.
Oh, well, thanks for helping me. Is she a good mommy? Is she a good mommy? Yes, she's good. Okay. And we are back here at this beautiful Skyline Club with Grateful Rescue TV, and something very important coming up. I'm going to get serious here for a moment. You talked to someone, I've spoken to her many times. Her organization is amazing. FIDO, Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside.
Aren't they wonderful?
Again, amazing what they do.
The thing that intrigued me the most about FIDO is that they go to people's houses, and if they see a dog that's chained up, they offer fencing. So that the dogs can play and frolic in a little space without being tied and tethered. Even in the winter, they'll offer crates so that you can bring the dog inside out from the cold and keep it inside and warm. I think they're a wonderful organization. Yeah. We were so happy to sit down with Darcy Kurtz from FIDO and have a chat with her. And this handsome man here with his little friend can get around and run and enjoy his yard without having to be on a tether and without having to worry about other doggies.
Now they can play.
I have to say that I've been a follower and a fan for a long time about your project. I want you to tell us a little bit about it today. I think that what you're doing is you're taking dogs that are, you're helping dogs that are chained up outside and giving them a little bit of roaming space with a little enclosure of fencing.
So our fence program is geared at just that, of improving the lives of these dogs that are living outside. And let me preface this, that we do have to focus our efforts on people who are in greatest financial need. Prior to helping a family with a fence project, we do ensure that all the dogs in the home are spayed or neutered. So that's kind of the first step. And then the next step is a couple of our fence team members go out, meet the dog, meet the people, look at the backyard, and come up with a plan for how to get the dog, off the end of a chain or out of a tiny little pen.
And this is Rex, who's a very nice boy. But the clients have some mobility issues that make it difficult for them to get him out and get him for walks. So we came out, we enclosed the back door, and now all he has to do is run right out that back door.
That's amazing. And I've seen videos of how that's got to be so rewarding whenever those little guys are just loose and running around and frolicking.
It is. You know, we are constantly amazed at the dramatic change in these dogs' personalities. And it kind of takes away that, you know, that fight or flight response, because they're freer. They've got more room to run around. And we often do see a really dramatic change in their demeanor.
Hi, babies. Hi, babies. So this is Mr. Tong Tong. Hi, Tong Tong. And then we basically built it so that they can come out. And then they're right straight into the enclosure. And then she has a gate that she can shut. And she has chickens on the other side of the yard where they can keep them safe from the doggies. All right. Good job, buddies.
How can people help if they want to help your organization with funding for these projects?
Yep. So it's very easy to donate through our website, which is fidoindy.org. Donations of, you know, even used inside training crates that are still functional, used igloo dog houses, box dog houses. A lot of times people, you know, have them just laying around their garage or in their basement. You know, any support, financial support of supplies. You know, we do rely on that, and it helps keep these programs going. So thank you for helping us get the word out.
Perfect. Everybody help Fido Indy.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you so much.
Got an itch. Yeah, there we go. All right.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
We thank you for joining us on Grateful Rescue. And as you know, Pamela and her rescue took in 26 dachshunds. The person who was running that particular rescue had passed away, lived in Evansville, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you drove all the way from Muncie to Evansville to pick up these dachshunds. And
We
most
did.
of them have been adopted, right?
We did adopt 20 out of the 26, and the remaining few are a little bit, they have a specific need. We're looking for the single retiree ladies, just like Anne.
Mm-hmm.
Anne ran the sanctuary, and Anne stayed at home with them all the time. And some of them harass men and children.
Yeah,
So we're looking for some adopters that are just
that would fit that.
a single lady that'll stay home with these little babies.
That's what's so important about Grateful Rescue. They don't just hand the dogs out. They make sure they know what's their personality like and what do they like or don't like, so that they know beforehand. They go, I don't think this would be a good fit for you. Try this. So
Yeah,
good for
we
you.
try to pair them as closely as their prior life before, so that it's more of a
Good.
comfortable transition. And these dogs were very, very attached to Anne
To Anne.
Davies,
Okay.
the lady who passed away.
I see. Oh, I know. I was going through this one here loves everything. I was going through long Oh, you did so good. Oh, you're a red guy.
What was it like in there?
Loud. But we have two dachshunds at home, so it's like that every time somebody new comes around. They're
Yeah.
always barking. It's our perfect doorbell.
So why this one?
He kind of just came over and just sat in my lap and like
He's just
relaxed.
Yeah.
And Our hair color kind of matches.
She says the same. The hair colors are the same.
We have 2 other dachshunds, so
I had dachshunds when I was growing up, so that's, they've been really good. The 2 we have are really good with kids. I know people say they're kind of mean, but they were always around kids when they were puppies, so they're great for our family. There's so many dogs that need a home, and instead of spending money trying to get something fancy, it's a great way to help a dog that needs a home and a loving place to live.
I have Betty, but Betty's name is going to be changed. Her name is going to be Magnolia Grace. Maggie G.
And why that name?
I just love it. I thought she was just a precious little flower.
All of our dogs had to have a middle name.
Yeah, all of them. I'm going to take her in and introduce her to her sister, her older sister, and I think she'll learn real quick about Aubrey, and Aubrey will be really good. Aubrey's great with other dogs, and she'll be a good teacher. Lost Annabelle 2 years ago, and Matilda a couple months ago. We weren't sure we were going to adopt again because of our age, and then we got the opportunity to adopt from Grateful Rescue, and she's a little older, so we're not getting a puppy. And we realized that our dog Aubrey is still grieving, and I think she needed a new sibling to come in and be her company. So, and actually Magnolia, Maggie here, adopted me. Yeah, she just kind of
Didn't you, little girl?
relaxed in my arms.
Yeah, she totally chilled.
So I always look for that too. Like, do they want me, who am I going to choose? Well, it's typically who are they going to choose,
What are Dachshunds like? They're kind of quirky, aren't they?
They're very tenacious. They're extremely loving. They like to be your clinging vine. They like to be, they like kinesthetic, to touch, to feel. They're loving, but they're ornery. They like to play, and they're bossy. They're very bossy.
Yes.
That's their little attitude. And that's what I love about them, because they're a dog with tooth. A little dog with a big tooth, right?
Grateful Rescue TV, and again coming to you from the beautiful Skyline Club. Something very important. Oftentimes children respond better when there is a pet involved in the learning process.
Yeah.
You have a program about this.
We have a program called Wag the Dog Readers.
Say that again?
Wag the Dog Readers.
Okay.
And what they do is children read to the dogs. It gives them more incentive. It gives them more confidence. Dogs don't judge readers like.
That's what I was just going to say. Dogs don't judge. They go, okay, that's okay. You said it that way.
And
That's wonderful.
children actually practice because they're excited about reading with the dog. And so that's one of our programs that's very, very appreciated with the school communities. And we recently went to one, so let's take a look at that. One of the Grateful Rescue community programs is called the Wag the Dog Readers program. This is a program where struggling and shy readers build confidence by reading to dogs.
2, 1.
Join us as we visit Washington Irving School, a very special school who primarily serves the unhoused community in downtown Indianapolis.
Better to follow
Duck it! Go get it one more time. Yay! You want to run and get it? There you go. Go get it. Yay!
But I love to be in pictures, so I practice the thing. Setting out there, I made him myself. It's me, but what? Nice to meet you.
And at Grateful Rescue, we also have cats for adoption.
Lots of cats sometimes, right?
Sometimes, yep.
Cats have a lot of kittens, and remember that, spay and neuter. Also, KJ, our kitty correspondent, recently took some of your questions and responded with the appropriate, perfect answer.
See what she did there?
And this is Grayson. You've seen him before. He's been on many times. Do I taste good? Do I? I do. And tell us about the new kitty.
Yes, so this is his brother Giles, who just turned 8 months old.
Wow.
And he's happy to be here making biscuits in his bed.
Look at that.
Giles has a sister named Buffy, and she's a little feistier, so I didn't know if she'd want to be on set, but Giles seems to be just fine.
Okay, wonderful. And how many kitties do you have?
We have 7. Yes.
7. I have 2, and that's a lot
It's a
with
lot.
2 dogs.
Yes.
But 7 kitties, my heavens. So you are qualified, and what we're going to do today is so cute. We're going to have some questions that some of the viewers sent in to you. So take it away.
Yes, so as your kitty correspondent, I do get lots of questions, and I appreciate that. You can always submit those at petpalstv.com. Our first one comes from Jeannie, who asks, how do I stop my cat from waking me up at 4 a.m.? Wouldn't that be nice? There is actually a few things that you can do to help get your cats on your schedule. One of the things that you can do is before bedtime is have a nice play session with them. So if you wear them out before bedtime, and you don't need to do a lot. I mean, if you give them 15 minutes of running to where they're like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
They want to sleep. I mean, if you think about it, our cats are really only awake about 6 to 8 hours a day.
I was just going to say, they sleep a lot.
Yeah. But the other thing, if your cat is waking you up, and I'll tell you, this is from my experience, because this guy wakes me up at 4 a.m. If they're waking you up because they want to eat, that's very instinctual. They hunt at dusk and dawn, so that's why they're up. Like, naturally, their body's like, time to go find some food. There are some really wonderful timed feeders, including ones like I have for him, because he can only have wet food because he has no teeth. You can put a little ice pack in the bottom, still put that wet food out, and just set a timer for like around 3 so they get a meal, but they don't wake you up.
And the other thing that they wake you up at 4 in the morning is if they go,
That
even with my hearing aids out, I can hear that.
I mean,
we need to zip along here.
Yes,
What's next?
yes, ma'am. Joe asks, he said, my new cat seems to be a nervous eater, looking up and around a lot. Anything I can do? And the answer to that is yes. Vets are encouraging cat owners to feed their cats on plates, not bowls.
Oh.
And the reason that is, and you can see, Giles has these fabulous whiskers. These whiskers are always surveying information. They're checking the wind. They're checking to see if they can get in spaces. And eating is a vulnerable position for them. So their whiskers are letting them know if they're safe. So if they're hitting that bowl, they're looking up. So it's a distraction. So put your cat's food on a plate, and they should calm down quite a bit.
And I do know that the whiskers let them know if they can get their bodies in, because the whiskers should be as long as their body, or as fat as their body is.
Yes.
Okay, final one. Let's go.
Yes. Belinda asks, my cat does not like catnip. Is that weird? Belinda, it's actually not. Only about 60% of cats respond to catnip. So it's okay if yours doesn't. But I do have a couple of things you can try. There is an alternative called silvervine and one called valerian root. And those seem to affect other cats who maybe aren't affected by catnip. So if you really want to, see if you can get them playful and having fun, and catnip doesn't work, those are a couple of options.
Okay, very good. Well, I got a bath here on my hand.
You got a bath and I got biscuits.
Oh, I see what you did there. KJ, send your questions into her. Go find her on petpalstv.com. And we thank you so much, our kitty correspondent. And we'll be back with more. Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate.
let's let Sam know about something even more urgent than his morning coffee. Hey Sam, did you know it's kitten season? Right now, thousands of kittens are in shelters across the nation, and they're in need of love and care. If you foster a kitten, even for a week, you'll be giving them the chance to grow up and find families of their very own. What's in it for you? You'll get to start your day with a smile, and your social posts will be way cuter too. Save some tiny lives today. Visit bestfriends.org/kittens.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
Puppy mill dogs take a lot of care and a lot of love. And in this space is where Belinda gives that love.
I have 3 puppy mill dogs. I have Lily Mae, which is in my lap. I have Honey Jewel, and I have Queen Esther. All puppy mill dogs are different, and you cannot, under any circumstances, treat all of them the same because it will not work, okay? So Queen Esther, when she came, she was very traumatized, very nervous. I've only had her for a couple of weeks. She's still standoffish. She is just now starting to come up to the other 2 girls. I had previously adopted 2, and the trauma that they had gone through was so severe that they didn't have a very long life with me. So I adopted 2 more, and they were so traumatized. A lot of people don't understand that the ones that I have came from a dark place. They lived in a dark, cold barn in cages. They were so traumatized, they didn't know anything. They didn't know how to go up the steps. They didn't know how to come down the steps. Some of them never learned to jump up on a piece of furniture because all they've ever known was a cage. And then I have a couple that just turned circles.
Belinda created this space for her dogs to live, eat, and play. In this space, they can be their whole selves and not in cages. And one day they can come out of their own personal cages and blossom into the rambunctious pups they are now.
A lot of my dogs, I let them come to me. This is their living space. I let them experience my love from afar. And eventually they start coming to me closer and closer and closer. So I let them be themselves. And I understand that there are times that you do get a puppy mill dog that you may never be able to touch. And you know what? That's okay, as long as you keep them in a safe place and love them and take care of them. We all have boundaries. Even humans have boundaries. Some of us has been so hurt, we may not want to be touched either. Animals are no different. We have to be able to see their heart and understand what they've been through.
Belinda's deep care for these traumatized pups takes a soft and loving approach.
Honey Jewel, previously, before I got her, she went to a lady, and at night they wanted to put Honey Jewel back in a cage, separate from the living space. They couldn't catch her, so they brought her back to Pam. Pam brought her, and we were sitting and talking, and I told Pamela, I said, I understand that sometime you have to put animal in a cage to protect them. But in Honey Jewel's experience, she didn't want to be in a cage anymore. So when I get my animals, this out here is their space. Honey Jewel, when I first got her, I had to put her bed way back away from everything because she constantly jumped. And I would talk to her and I'd tell her, oh, it's gonna be okay. You're all right, I love you. Here's your food, here's your water. And I let them realize that they're not in a cage anymore, that this is their space. This is their time to be safe, to be free, and just to be themselves.
The true course to happiness is the small things in life and little achievements. Belinda wants to be there to see these tiny changes in their lives and document them along the way.
Some of the happiest moments in their life when they pick up a toy for the first time and start running and playing with it. When my puppy mill girls begin to show affection to one another because they know and smell that they come from the same puppy mill. And I understand because I've been there too. In that joyous moment, they feel that. And they know who you are and that you're showing them love. So my method's a little bit different than some people, but I've had some wonderful dogs and they loved me. Got a hard heart? Get you a puppy mill dog. It'll soften it up real quick.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
I thank you. We thank you for joining us on Grateful TV.
See you next time.
I think we have to put it up. Put up the toys. Don't take it out. Take them out. Riley. Oh, I'm gonna pick them up. I'm gonna pick up the toys.
Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate.